We just both ran in here. First of all, Juju, like, isn't the only one who was late. I didn't get here until 3 minutes before the stream. Like, so
Wait a sec, you did not tell me.
I didn't. So I'm confessing now because I'm just
3 minutes before, and she's sending me messages. Where are you? What's going on?
Well, because I got here and I figured, oh my God, I left her sitting there. Like, of course she's there. And I got there. I'm late and I'm like, wait, she's not even here. I'm like, hey, B, where you be? And then I said it and then I typed it and I just cracked myself up. Then it was stuck in my head. Hey, B, where you be? B, where you be, B?
Like, I'll be off wandering around, like trying to get my act in order.
I have to tell you the silliest things. Like, I've been cracking up all evening. Like, all little things. I don't know what. It's just one of those like good moods. It's good coffee beans, I think. I got a new coffee from the Rook, their Christmas blend, and it's to die for. It's so damn good. I'm so happy. But
that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Well, or it could be Quiz sent me. You know how in AI you can do cartoon renditions of people and stuff. Like, you just tell them like what you want it to look like. You know.
Yes.
Well, he sent me this younger version of myself. Damn, am I hot? And he put me in a Christmas sweater with an otter on it. And of course, you know, I'm a bit large chested, so the otter's all distorted. and it's all Christmassy and everything. And I looked at it and I was like, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I said, well, thank you for thinking I look so hot at that age, you know. Record. Oh, this is good. Look at this. What's the buzz? Yeah. Dude, you just always know how to enter a room. Yo, what's the buzz? Hey, B, what's the buzz? Where you be, Buzz?
What's the buzz? You know, no one's made that joke to me.
Well, it's been done now.
I like it.
There's a bunch of people here. Hey, Brad. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Godless. How you doing?
Hi,
Good
everyone.
to see you. Mousy, Karen. Thank you, Shill, for being here. Wrecker, of course, is good to see you. Thanks for sliding in like that.
Darth.
Liam, Darth, and Mark were here early playing. Oh, wait, we got to do it. Oh, hi, Mark.
I want it to get old. It's not getting old.
It's not getting old. And we're practicing our voices for you, Mark. Like, have you noticed? We're changing our tones just for you. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those, Juju. I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Wait, what's this? Darth. I might have said buzz off a few times, only not to your face, under my breath, and to myself.
Only to my face. You've said it to my face.
Like, you're outed now. Like, you just confessed. So, like, there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is too funny. Oh, Brad. We should say, oh, hi, Brad, too. Like,
Oh, hi, Brad.
oh, hi, Brad.
Darth, you're not supposed to yell in chat. Liam will get you.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, no shouting in chat, Darth. Like, come on,
It's a rule around these parts. You get timed out for
no,
it.
don't tell him it's a rule. Then he'll just like keep breaking it. Like, don't tell people it's a rule. Now, come on. Like, everybody knows how that goes. Like, the crowd we hang out with, rebel raisers, all of you like anti-establishment, like forget about authority. Oh my God, it got deleted already. It's on like Donkey Kong. Here we go. Oh no.
I don't want to love when Liam does, but I love it.
I don't want to love it, but I absolutely do.
My favorite is Gareth, because Gareth will like maintain, and then he'll be like, I can't hold back any longer, and just start screaming. And I'm like, got it.
Secular Sakai says he remembers Janet and Rocky more. So do I. Like the anticipation of all of it. Like, man, Tim Curry is Rocky in Rocky Horror. Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Rocky Horror since
I've never seen a man look better in fishnets in my whole damn life. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
that's a bold statement.
That is a bold statement. Tim Curry did it. Like, Tim Curry opened up my eyes to alternate universes everywhere. I'm sorry. He wore lipstick better than I did. He drew a better line around his eyes. Like, damn.
See, I always think of him from Clue. I loved that movie.
Oh, I just love Tim Curry in general. You know, I just do. I think he's awesome. Well, there you go. True confession time. You know, I'm absolutely giddy today. What are you going to do with me, Juju? Like, I'm giddy.
I'm going to love it. You are giddy. Good weekend?
Well, I do. I have to say it was a nice chill weekend, you know, with Boo, and it was nice. We didn't really do much, but it was good. Like, because like just being able to hang out and just like not have any pressure on you to do anything was great. I did do a couple streams, but they were casual. Like I streamed yesterday with Cass, and that's always like easy going. Like she's just like my rock of easy. You can't be upset around her. She's so cool and chill. You know?
And she is fantastic on panels. Like,
she is.
There's something about just her reactions.
She has natural improv. Like, she's just, her timing is just impeccable. It just occurs to her. She's just naturally funny at certain things, and she just knows enough or not enough about stuff to just make it like really amusing. I enjoy it. It's always fun.
And she has like a delightfully dry take on things. I love it.
And she's a class A pervert too. Let's just call it what it is. She's just like, what? And I mean that in the most loving way. Like, you know, just
I know.
Yeah. Like, I had to NSF my whole Discord because she's in it. Like, wherever she is. Yeah, you know. I tried to give her just one room, but you cannot contain the woman. To one place, you know, and you put.
I think it's actually an astounding compliment, isn't it? You cannot contain the woman.
I cannot contain the woman, and you put her and Quiz in the same Discord, and I'm telling you that Discord is one of the hottest places on the earth right now. I'm just telling you. You feel cheated. I have a Discord. You feel cheated? You can come in. There's a couple of requirements, like but you can come in. Yeah. We're friends. I'll let you in there.
I'm like, she's letting you in.
Good. Yeah. Don't take that the wrong way. Wait a minute. Let me just go. Wait a minute. I'm gonna put it to a vote. Okay. Actually, no, it's a dictatorship. Only my vote rules in the Discord, just so you know. Like,
the moment you say requirements, I realize that I can't come in.
Yeah, I realized. Yeah, I know, because I said the word requirements. There are no real requirements. Actually, it's pretty easy going. It's just not. It's not a public Discord. It's a private Discord. Yeah. Oh. Okay, Claire Frog.
Oh no.
No, don't you call me that. I know that's an insult. Even just looking at the way you type that. Like, stop it. Stop it. Yes, I will, Shill. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, yeah.
Where
The
is it?
banner.
Here's a banner. Damn banner. There you go, banner. Nice, pretty blue.
Man,
today.
you should be able to set that so it automatically plays the.
You should. Just, they do so much in StreamYard. They've made so many changes, but there's two things they haven't done. They haven't automated that so that I can set it up to automatically go on or to automatically play my intros and everything. Like if I tell it ahead of time what to do, I can't do that. And I can't get more than one audio source, which I just found out.
Really?
Yeah, because like we're doing the Christmas marathon. Purple does every year. Purple without rhymes with orange. Everyone knows purple, right? Well, she does the marathon. This is like the 6th year, I believe. She does a marathon, for the 48 hours from Christmas and the day after for everyone to have a place to go and chat. People have trouble with their families or they're only have a little bit to do, or you just like people just this time of year get a little. Just
it's a phenomenal thing she does. I love it.
It is. It gives everybody, and everybody does stream. So like I've got 2 middle of the morning stream, like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern time on both the 25th and the 26th. But the reason I found out about the audio source is because, of course, Wrecker's going to want to play some music, right? He's going to want to strum his guitar, and he likes to do those audio effects, So, but we're not going to be able to do audio effects. We're just going to have to regular guitar because we can only do one audio source. And I was like, I didn't know that before. That kind of bummed me out. But the good news is that we're at least going to have some live music on the show.
I know, that'll be great.
Yeah, and it's open to everybody. Like it's an open panel. I'm going to be dropping the link, StreamYard link. People come up, people with guitars, people without guitars, people who just want to hang and have something to say. Come join the chat. It's for I realize for many it's an odd time for especially the East Coast, but for after your affairs, if you have anything to do during the day or you just like you're still awake, you need something to do, some place to hang, Purple streams are going to be going all day long. There's going to be a list of them for everyone. It's a great thing
and they tell you where to go next.
Yeah, they tell you which one's going to be there. Plus, most of us on our community tab will put the whole list,
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm up that time anyway, Jeff. Like, so like I'm happy to take the middle, like the dead zones, so to speak, because like I'm up anyway. And some of my friends, like in Australia and New Zealand, those are perfect afternoon times for them anyway, so.
Well, and I went to your middle of the night stream last year.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yes, you did. Come to think of it, yes, you did.
Yeah, because there was a conversation on it that I still ponder to this day.
Okay, and what do we want to talk about that? What was that? What would we talk about? What did we talk about? Because we'll talk about anything on those streams.
Yeah, it was about religion, and it was about coming out as atheist.
You know what? It was through Purple Streams that I first let everybody know I was an atheist, actually. I don't usually talk about that out here. So to catch me in a conversation like that, that was hit or miss. That was definitely.
Well, and that's the whole conversation. I was like, what? It blew my mind. So I still will, like if I'm driving or I don't know, doing whatever, I still ponder it. And I've gone to multiple people to discuss it. Most people are not interested in discussing it.
Yeah. Rabbits, I use StreamYards because my system can't handle OBS. My animated avatar uses a mini version of OBS, the one that makes the mouth move a little bit. But my system can't handle it. But when I get the new computer, I'll be going to OBS, and then I won't have a limited audio source. I'll be able to do whatever I want with that. But for Christmas, it's not going to be in time. But yeah, I mean, what is it about that conversation though, JuJu, to get back to it that keeps going through your mind? Just the fact that
someone on the panel, I don't recall who. I wish I did. I mean, not like I couldn't go back and.
Well, there were so many new names too that you were just, from different communities and everything. I can understand.
And they said that it was often harder to come out as atheist than to come out as gay.
I could tell you that's true in my family. because like yes, in my family it definitely was. Yeah,
It
because
doesn't make sense in my brain. I don't comprehend that.
we have in our family, not like immediate family, but a little bit distant in the cousin scenes. We've got people who have transgendered. We have people that actually don't have any gender at all, like refuse to ascribe to any of it. Um, so it's actually more accepting. We are very supportive of the LGBTQ community in my family. There's a lot of my nieces and nephews are in an age where it's just totally acceptable. Um, I have a niece who has discovered that she would prefer women, you know, and so like it's all acceptable. But to be atheist, hell no. Like, no. I don't get invited to Easter dinner.
See, that doesn't. Well, and like Brad said, if you're raised in a family where it's taboo to ever question religion, then you would get it. Yeah. And I was raised like not non-religious, like we just didn't acknowledge religion.
Well, I'll tell you this. They were fine with the fact that I didn't want to go to church. They were fine that I didn't want to subscribe to organized religion. But the fact that I refuse the existence of God is too much for them. Too much. Like that's where they drew the line. Like that's crazy. You don't have to practice religion, but how dare you say that God doesn't exist? Like what? No, you can't do that. Which to me was very odd. Well, to each his own. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from them. Their belief, they're entitled to it. Like it's what they believe, but I'm entitled to mine too.
Yeah, but to get that, like, that you would write somebody off because of that.
Well, I didn't get written off. I'm fortunate enough not to be written off. Do I get made fun of? Do I get excluded from certain things? Yes. Do I get told I don't understand? Yes. But I didn't get excluded. I've heard heartbreaking stories of people who get completely ostracized from their families over it. And that's horrible. Mm,
That
you
is
know,
horrible. I
you
mean,
know,
I
and,
just
and
don't.
And that's what, like, you'll hear lots of that during this marathon, because a lot of the reason that this marathon exists, the Purple Doors, is because these many from the community are ostracized over their sexual preferences, their gender identity, and or their religious beliefs. And so it's the way these communities come together to give a place for people to hang out and to say, you're not alone. Like, look at all of us. We're out here too.
We're
Okay,
all together alone.
we're all together alone, but not alone. I mean, like, and we get it. Like, it's nice to just have a place to be, and you don't have to explain your beliefs or anything about it. We're just all celebrating. And some, even those that have family, that go to family celebrations and all, sometimes it's contentious. Sometimes just being around those people can make you like on edge and feel uncomfortable, and you just need to chill again and remember that it's okay. Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I just love and I love how that can all of the separate communities come together and they all accept everybody. um it's just such a thrill. I've been honored to be a part of it since I found out about it a couple of years ago, and that Purple gave me a slot, and I met so many great people. Some of them I still stream with all the time, some of them I only see during the marathon, but
Yeah,
that's cool
but it is
too.
a great way to find new channels and different streamers and stuff.
It is. I've learned so much, and it's a way to have a little bit of fun, and I don't mind giving my time for it. I'm going to be sitting around anyway. Like, I might as well, sit around and talk. Like, me, I'm not
Sit
going to give
around
up.
and enjoy other people's company.
Exactly, and have a conversation. Me, I ain't going to give up the chance to have a good talk with anybody about anything.
I know. You and me both.
That's dangerous with us. Like, we could take on a whole marathon. It's like, hey, Charlie, nice to see you. Yeah. Well, yep. Yeah, Liam, that is one of it. They probably did say, like, a lot of times, especially when I was younger, I'm on a journey. Claire, she's just cutting her own path. She'll come back eventually. Yeah. Yeah. Like, she'll give it up. Never happened. Never happened. Yeah.
I don't know. It just was never an issue in my family. Like,
I
it just
Yeah. No, but you don't come from an extremely religious family either, right? It's
No,
just
not at all.
mm-hmm.
Like, I remember when I had to go to my dad and be like, "What religion are we?" Because people asked me at school, and I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what that means."
Yep. And you just like feel weird, right? Like, because other people are practice like so much a part of their lives, and you're just like, and they look at you like you got two heads, you know. But
They do look at you confused, but if you didn't grow up with it, you also don't get it.
you
Because
don't
when I asked my
understand.
dad, he just started laughing.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, I guess you can say. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, if we had to pick one, like, right? Call
No,
him
he
A,
just said
call him B.
Protestant. He goes, I guess you can say Protestant.
And he probably had to go back to like his childhood in what his parents, like the last church he went to or something, right? Because like, I mean, my mom did change churches a few times. Like I was when I was born, I was baptized Roman Catholic. My mother was practicing Roman Catholic at the time. Her family was very religious, but then, things happened and she moved over to Methodist. Okay. But there are people in our family that are like, I think we have a Jehovah, and we also have the fringe religion that is kind of a version of Baptist, like where you don't celebrate a lot of things, no drinking, no dancing, no this, no that, whatever.
You know what my family did do? Was we'd be like, hey, this person's that religion. Odd, huh? So that's how inappropriate we are.
What
We're like, they
really?
don't celebrate birthdays. Yeah.
Yeah. You could find something different than in every religion. Like there's always like, and even non-religion, like they probably think we're like weird,
Well,
But
when I was a teenager, my parents decided to go to church for a while. Of course, like the teenagers took that well.
mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, if you get a job, then you can choose whether or not you go.
That's it. Like, yes, my mom was kind of like that too. It's like, in her house, there was only one adult. As long as you were under her roof, if whatever she says goes, eating like that's it. And I'm a questioner. Obviously, everybody around me knows that. I ask a lot of questions. I drove them crazy. But finally, it was just I had to deal with because I said so, which I think is the most ludicrous answer at all that a parent can give. But now, because I was a parent, now I understand why. Like, because
Yeah, just do it.
yeah, just yeah, because I don't have time for your bullshit. Just do it. Like I don't have time for it right now. Just do what I said. It's important. Trust me. Just do it. Like because I said so. But I wanted answers for anything. I I question a million zillion things all the time. But in everything, like, and it just was never good enough for me. But it's like.
I don't know.
I know.
Well, I do know that I complained to my dad on the Sundays they had communion because I'm like, no, that ruins the toothpaste taste in my mouth. And he said, I don't think you're getting out of this what you're supposed to. But then every time I got back to the pew, he would hand me a piece of spearmint trident. So
to give you the toothpaste taste back in your mouth. That's cool.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, it was nice that, like, he understood that it might not be something that you wanted to do, but at least you did it, and he was rewarding you for at least like giving it a shot.
He's like, here's a piece of gum.
Yeah,
Good
but
job.
he's not gonna hold you to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
he also bribed me to memorize the Lord's Prayer. He said if I memorized it, then he would give me money to walk to the donut shop a few blocks down. And I didn't have to go to Sunday school. And I was like, consider it memorized.
Now, this is the question. Now, was he that into religion at the time? Or was he just that into, like, everybody thinking he was, and that he had everything under control with his family and that this was what they were doing? Like, I
probably
don't get
both.
Yeah.
I was probably searching, and then he's probably like, how do I keep these kids from acting like jerks in here? So he's like, memorize a few things and get on down to the donut store.
Oh, exactly.
But right next to the donut store was a wallpaper store. So I would go look in the wallpaper store for an hour. Then I would buy my donut at the end of the hour and walk back and eat it on the way back.
There you go.
I was bribed into religion.
What I'm learning is that JuJu is easily bribed. Like this is I'm learning. I wish I knew that. I could get her here on time. Like I just have to dangle a
That's
donate or something, like I'll just get more creative in my messages to you. Look out, look out. Like, hey April, it's good to see you. Let me just say hi to a few more people that joined. Hi Violet, it's nice of you to join us. It's good to see you, you know. Hey Couch, how you doing? And Rocket, I kind of get that. I'm just damn too practical to like carry on with it. Like I get what you're saying. I do. I do. Yeah. I like Godless Scummer says, man, like where is this? Oh, like I'm trying to for my chats aren't syncing, but let me see if I can pull this up because it's pretty funny. Let me find it.
First of all, donuts is not the best bribe.
No, because you could get tired of that pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I mean, donuts work when you're a child,
Mm-hmm.
but let's up that.
Oh wait, a warm donut is like that works on adults. I'll tell you that. Confucius say, "Man who farts in church sits in his own pew." Yes. Okay. All right. It was so corny. I had to do it. Just a nod to the cornballs in the chat. Yes, I'm talking about you, Brad and Ricker. Yes, I'm talking about you.
Those two are cornballs.
They are the best cornballs. And put them together, it's like sitting in a room with my brothers. Like it really reminds me of when my brothers are all together. They're so corn. They like I can't, and it's so cheesy good though. I do love the cornball.
I think what's cheesy good is how they entertain themselves. How pleased with themselves they get.
They get those grins like I actually got away with that. Like you can see it on Wrecker's face. He gets that grin and he's like, I actually got away with that. I said that in public and I didn't get anything thrown at me. Look at that. It's just like we can't throw. I have to remind them we're not allowed to throw fruit at you. We can't on stream.
Exactly.
Because believe me, like a couple of those, you would have got a tomato or an egg. Like
they're ridiculous.
I love it though. I absolutely do. I enjoy people who are just all into their silliness. What we go back to our childish humor, whatever. I just love it. Like it's gonna keep you young and happy and whatever. I just revel in your nerdiness. Revel in your corniness. Like just be yourselves, people.
Revel in you.
Yes,
Liam just bought donuts to bribe himself. I support it, Liam.
What did you bribe yourself to do, Liam? And was it donut worthy?
Eat donuts. He's like,
Mousy, me too. She says her inner child refuses to let her grow up, and I am with you. Mark
hi,
is like,
Teresa.
this is everybody's into it. Like, yeah, I'm glad. Like, you all just be yourselves. King corn, Brad. Don't crown yourself king, because then there's going to be like a whole competition later with Wrecker. You're going to bring out the corn in him, and we're not going to get anything done in that stream. It's going to be a corn fest.
And everyone will say, "Where's the music?" And we'll be like, "Not tonight, everyone."
Yep, corny is great. I'm glad you all appreciate the cornball. Some people think it's like it's not comedy worthy, but I love it. I love the whole just raw ridiculousness of it.
Remember the night Wrecker told us science or math jokes all night? Like when you're like, I don't want to laugh at this, but that's hilarious.
I love him for it. I'm sorry. Like I was laughing so hard and I loved it. And you know what? You just think of that. How hard is that? First of all, a math joke. Like
first of all, I had a great math joke and no one laughed at it.
Did you say it out loud?
I'm gonna save it.
Save it. You could say it tonight in the cornball fist. If you
well, no, I need someone to set me up. I think that's why no one laughed.
No, but you know how hard that was to come up with a whole night worth of math jokes like that. I mean, I have to give him credit. Like that was rough, but some of them were pretty funny though. Actually,
some of them were funny.
Memories. Mm-hmm. children of the cornhole. I hear you there, Darth, but it gets to be pretty funny. It gets to be ridiculous around here. You got to revel in it.
Don't. Darth is one of the corniest people too.
I think he's got a passion for corn jokes. Like he's just hiding it a little bit in the chat. But I will say the weekends I look forward to because I can be as corny as they want. Oh, I have to be serious, and I've got a very serious week coming up.
Do you?
I do. There's so much to catch up on, and I have a surprise for Tuesday. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I'm just going to tell you, be there. Like, it's worth it. Like, some of you that have been following me all along, it's a delicious, absolutely wonderful surprise. You're going to love it.
What? Oh, no. Wait. I'm like nervous and excited.
I know. I like when I can do both to you. That's like an accomplishment. Like, wait a minute. What is this record saying? Okay, wait a minute. This is good. It's like a math joke, but it's not. I love it. Wait a minute. You've all only heard a fraction of my abilities. Math joke. Look out. Look out. Look out, Brad. You got them primed and ready. Look, whoop. You just save them, Wrecker. You're going to need them later. I have a feeling there's going to be a corn off. Is that a thing?
Corn off?
If it isn't a thing, it is now. I just made it one. It's going to be a corn. Oh my god.
And they're both amping up now.
you think I was giddy before? Oh my god, Clairville. Well, at least you've got a Mallory reading of Hitchhiker's Guide to Offset the Serious Week. Yes, I do. But let me just tell you, she did so great. It's going to be brilliant, Rocket Couch. Like, I couldn't even touch it for editing. It was so damn good. Like, I just couldn't. Mallory in her element reading Hitchhiker's Guide is like going to be the best thing that ever freaking hit the internet. I'm just warning you people. It's coming out this week. And it's balanced by Christopher Motti. He's also did an excellent job, and we couldn't touch his editing either. He did special effects and boom, like people went all in. And I have to tell you,
every chapter is phenomenal.
I am overwhelmed with the response of how people are contributing. I am so grateful and so honored. I have dreamed of this absolute project since I started my channel. I've always wanted to do it, and to see it actually coming out and being even better than I imagined, I'm gobsmacked. How do you I can't even think of a bigger, more ridiculous, overwhelming word to say. Like, I am flabbergasted. Like, all of those big, ridiculous words. I'm honored. I'm absolutely honored. And it's going to be a fun week with that. You're right, Couch. You're right. Yep. Yeah, we just had Patrick this week. And he has a great voice. You know, Patrick has got one of those like old radio voices.
Patrick does have a good voice.
He's got a phenomenal voice. Like, he could read anything. And he did just like great. And who could like quiz in the computer, the singing frigging computer? Like, fucking, I still just think of that and laugh. I can't even think of the computer talking in that book anymore without it singing. I'm just like, I just love it. I just Mip it, everybody. Like, and Charlie, like, I'm not leaving anybody out. You all have just knocked my socks off. You know, seriously. It's
a very fun project. I like listening to it.
And it's going to keep going. Like, with all of this, most of the people who read have asked for more. So we're doing book 2 and book 3. We're going to keep going through 2024. We're going to do more. It's going to be an ongoing thing. I just absolutely loved it.
That's phenomenal. And I use it, like, I plan for it.
Charlie,
like, when that comes out, I'll do this project.
Boo, Charlie, you're not effing chopped liver. I'm going to let you loose to do voices in the next one. Just sign up, Boo. Just sign up. Charlie, I can't wait. Like, I'm letting everybody free to do their own versions of everything. Like, not constraining. You're not chopped liver. Buddy, how could my BFF? I mean, come on, JuJu. Like, right? Like, how could he say that? He's chopped liver.
Yeah. No. Chopped ass liver. Mm-hmm. No. I'm like, Charlie, you should hear this woman rave about you when you're not around. It's true.
It's true. I do. I tell everybody what a phenomenal person you are. Do you need to be stroked, Charlie? Like, quiz. Where are you? Charlie needs stroking.
So bad.
It's not so bad. It's the reality of our lives. What are you talking about? Come on, like, stop it. What was so bad? No, oh, that's so. Y'all didn't. Yep.
Now they're all telling math jokes. There's some good ones.
I love it. Do you all feel at home telling math jokes? It's like great. Yeah, it's great. And I have to tell you, don't be intimidated. Anybody who wants to join this project, not to keep going on about it. I know we have to switch.
You should get Darth to do it.
Darth, you have a great voice. You want to read? Hey, Darth, you want to read for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, Darth. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Darth.
You know who else has a good voice?
Who?
Ninja Cat Ninja.
All right, that's it. You're both getting invited to the Discord tonight. And like, yep. Next project starts in January.
You're going to read a chapter of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yep, it's only 10 pages. All I need is an MP3. We will edit it. You can even just put mistakes in there. We'll take them out,
The voice of Darth Vader.
Hey, could Darth do Darth Vader? I wonder.
I was going to start singing a song right there. No, Darth has a good voice. And we have all heard him read when he does The Laws of Power. Or what?
He does have a great voice. He does have that. Like I like that. And I'm actually enjoying that series. And I'm happy you're still doing it. However you do it, Darth. I am very happy that you're going to continue. I was worried there for a minute that you were going to leave us over at Law 26 or something. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Don't leave me hanging. But I'm glad you're doing it. You're right, Jeff. There are three kinds of people: those that get the math jokes, and those that don't.
There's two kinds.
Yeah,
there's multiple jokes in that binary.
There's multiple jokes in that binary. I love you.
Well, the 1 0. That's 2 in binary.
Yeah, I know. How many people get that? The 1 and the 0. Like, how many people go back all the way to binary language with computers where you had to have 16 lines of 1s and 0s to say the word truth? Like, come on.
Not enough? Too many?
Yeah, like nobody. Nobody's going to admit it. It makes us dinosaurs, I think. Yeah. Hey, fish nerd.
Fish nerd, I didn't see you come in.
I just said he just got there. And we're not. What are we talking? What are we talking about?
We're talking about. Well, speaking of corny people, fish nerd.
Fish nerd's very corny. Also, aren't the math jokes epic, Violet? I'm glad you're here to be introduced to how corny this channel can be with math jokes. The chat is more entertaining than the panel. 9 out of 10 times.
The chat has completely started ignoring the panel, and they're just telling their own jokes now.
Well, we did promise them nothing, so they bring their own, and I'm so happy.
I'm not offended. Carry on.
We make no promises to bring any content here at all on Sunday night. Like, that's the whole kid. Hey, Jay, True Cereal's here in the chat. Like, hey, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Boy, it's Jeff and True Cereal here at the same time. This is like old school for me. Like, this is a great time of year. New people, old people, and all different communities. This is great.
I know it is a real nice meshing of people in here. All different sides of the internet. I love it.
I do. It's been my thing from the beginning, and that's what I'm really happy about.
It's true. Bear and nothing.
This is absolutely true, rabbits. We just got to keep reminding them because they keep coming expecting something, and we're like, nope. This is it.
I know.
This is it.
My favorite is people are like, "What do you guys do to prepare?" And I'm like, "Nothing.
Nothing.
We show up.
Are you kidding? We barely talked to each other at all this week, did we? Like we hung out maybe
Yeah,
once or twice, but it was like brief. Like no marathons this week.
I know. I'm working really hard on my bedtime.
Oh, but that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're getting sleep. You know, I've been sleeping a lot myself, like on and off. Like today, I took 2 naps. I did. Like I was like, oh, I should do this. And then I was like, watch a video. And like, no offense to the video person, but I fell asleep right
I do
out.
that too.
Yeah. Jeff, there's like a 3.5 hour video by somebody on Illuminati. And I'm speaking to you, Godly Summer. And I got like halfway. It has everything in it. It has clips of everybody's videos, the whole timeline, the whole story. It even mentions the lawsuit. I'll send you the link, like because Jeff and I've been thinking about Illuminati lately. Why? I don't know. Like she all
I
out
know
there.
why, because Darth's a member of the Illuminati.
Oh, that could be it. Except for this is the YouTuber Illuminati who was a hypocrite. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say.
I remember that.
And
Is
he's
she still around?
yes, she is. And you know what's crushing to me? Like, I actually been following her from the beginning and I'm in her Discord and everything. And I actually thought she did it right. When she put the stories out about the MLMs or taking down big companies and stuff like that, she would put both sides of the story and she would really well document it. And I actually crafted some of my style of true crime over how she did things. So I'm kind of disappointed as a viewer, subscriber, and as a person who thought she was doing the right thing to find out that behind the scenes, she not a nice person at all.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I still don't really know the whole story. I mean, I would randomly watch her videos.
Yeah. She's still putting stuff out. She's still putting stuff out. She is, but like just all I could say is if you're one of her friends, be careful. Like don't be like she's probably great like to watch her stuff, but if you know her personally, it's probably a dangerous thing. she, she she hella sus. I'll just say that. Hey
Well,
Sean, I'm so happy to see you here, Sean. I hope you're doing okay. Cool. Cool to see you in the chat.
hi, Sean.
I don't I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I just get excited. I'm giddy and I get excited when I see their names coming.
No, I got excited too, and then I was like, I didn't see Sean come in. Like, I also lost what I was gonna say. It's gone. Just right
I
out
d-
of my head.
okay. Oh, I know someone like that. I don't want to name any names here, but I do know who I'm talking about. I believe everybody knows somebody like that, Darth. Unfortunately, you know, it's harsh. It's harsh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they're not legal, like trying to sue them and ruin their lives and everything like this one is. Like, not to spill the beans, but yeah. Be honey Claire. Aw.
Aw.
Aw. We do have that in common, don't we? Bee and Bear have honey in common. Yes, they do.
It's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I mean, yeah, we need to talk, Darth. I hope nobody's suing you. None lives. Who has none lives?
Stop it, bro.
I don't.
He goes back to the corny jokes.
In one ear and out the.
That's an appropriate response, Claire.
That's the first time I've done that on YouTube. Like, I have laughed inappropriately. I have snortled and chortled, but I have never done that. Like, damn, Brad. Hey, Mrs. Cassandra, you missed us talking about you lovingly.
Yep, we were gushing about you a little earlier. All right. You are wound up. It must have been a great weekend.
No, it was really chill. I've had a really great day. For once, all of my DMs were full of joy. Today, mark this day on your calendars, people, because this does not happen in Bear's world. Ever since I started a YouTube channel, my DMs have been hella horrid, just to say the least. Okay. But today, they were all full of joy. All of them. And those of you that did that, thank you. Because like I am just over the moon today. Thank you, Teresa.
That is phenomenal, Steve.
Teresa, I hope I'm giving you a smile and a laugh. I really do. I do. If I could do that, I'm happy. Hey, thank you, Jeff. It's because I'm campaigning for Illuminati to win the Cody Award, Claire. I can't think of anyone more deserving. You know, I'm right with you if that's your nomination. We've got to get on that. We've got to, everybody knows that Godless Scummer and Polymathic Jen and I do the Cody Awards every year. I'm going to, like, well, do I?
What are the requirements to nominate someone? Do they have to have a channel?
They really should be a public figure. No, we've nominated the war. We've nominated all kinds of stuff. There's different categories. But you guys can DM us. We're gonna do a nomination show. Like we usually do a stream where we try to narrow it down. Sometimes we talk privately beforehand. I'm thinking it's running a little late this year. There's been some in real life stuff with all three of us that's made it hard to get together. We are on all different continents, the three of us. So we've got 3 different time zones to deal with, 3 different work schedules and regular schedules and personal stuff going on. But we are still going to do it, even if it's going to be in the beginning of the year. But it'll be for 2023. What it has to do, it has to be about their behavior or something that happened during the year, okay, or ongoing continuously that still happened during 2023. And there's usually like all different categories, but the YouTuber category would be mass media, like Illuminati would be one of those social media platforms that would get nominated. Like she would be a creator on it. Previous winners have been Trump, Putin, the Ukraine war, Jimmy Snow. I remember nominating Jimmy Snow for his behavior. Yeah, Godless has got it down there. And actually, it has to be really shitty behavior. In other words, they need to be a cunt. Like it's the cunt of the year awards. Seriously. And I'm sorry if that offends Americans when I say it, but usually European wise, it really doesn't offend them that much, which is why we named it that. And this year it's on my channel. So we're going to see if I still have a channel.
That was a delightful jab against Americans. You're like,
no,
we named it that because it ticks you guys off.
No, we don't. It's just because it ticks you off. But I did get a lot of DMs about it. I did, and they were like, "How could you say that?" And I said it 100. Somebody literally counted how many times I said it in the first awards show. And sent it to me, and it really. I'm like, no.
Well, that's just somebody who was looking for a reason to be mad.
Exactly. Exactly. They literally counted it and sent it to me. I said, well, now you've just inspired me to beat my record for next year. Thank you. Okay. I'll try to do better. Let's aim for 148 next year. Okay. I don't know. If the word offends you, I apologize, but it's a word. It's language. If you're offended by a word, you shouldn't be hanging at my channel because I say lots of words. I say lots and lots of words.
Just a word.
You're going to get offended somehow, some way.
Well, if you're offended by a word, I mean,
exactly.
Thanks for having such a life that you're afforded that luxury.
Yeah, if that's all that offends you in life, I'm wow, you got a gift. You really do. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, that is just, yeah, I agree, Liam. Liam says, you see what he said? That's just somebody being a cunt. Yes, they were just pissed I didn't nominate them. That's what it was. Seriously. And I should have. Maybe we should have a side one for best DM insult.
Best DM insult.
Yeah, Godless is right. He said all the Americans got offended, but Stool got turned on and started throwing money at me to keep saying it. It was funny. That was the first year. That was kind of funny. And that was during the marathon stream that he was doing that stuff, Offend. Mark wants me to offend him. He's daring me. I can't offend you. You have to be offendable. You know.
You do have to be offendable.
Yeah, and Cat Ninja's offended by the word offended. Me too. I'm highly offended that you're offended. Yes.
I'm offended you want me to offend you.
I'm yes, Mark, I don't know how to take that. That's I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to offend you, Mark.
Teresa went back and counted. You've said cunt 20 times now.
Okay. All right, Teresa, you're on the list.
That's it.
That's it, Teresa.
You're officially nominated.
You're nominated as like my best comment. Like that's it. Teresa, I love you. Oh my gosh. I just love it. I know you're not, because I didn't say it 20. Gosh, I only said it
Exactly.
7, maybe 8, you know. Offense taken, not given. Go offend yourself. Exactly. Go offend yourself. Like it's not my job. Exactly, Rabbits. It's not my job to offend you. Go offend yourself. There's plenty of ways to do it.
I was like reading Shannon. I'm like, yeah, it's not my job to offend you.
It's not. It's really not.
You take
It's
care of
like
it yourself.
the most
offendable
offendable
are usually the most offensive.
Exactly. Like they've got like a lot more to worry about than what I say, for sure. Oh, Mrs. Cassandra, I don't even think most people could count that. Like, I think most people would get bored with counting by then. 20 just for today. If we're counting since the start of your YouTube channel, yeah. Mrs. Cassandra would know. She's been here since day one. Yeah. I get in trouble with that a lot, Juju. I won't back away from words because people get offended. You know, I stick up for people who use words that people get offended by, because I think intent and context matter more. In like we're saying this word that people find offensive in a very jovial way today, right? Like, how could somebody really be offended by that word with how we presented it today, if you think about it?
Yeah.
Did I?
No, I completely agree with you. I was thinking. I had a lot of thoughts right there.
Did you?
Well, I just don't. I don't know. Of all the things to invest my time in, I'm not gonna.
Words. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get offended by words.
You're right, Rocket Couch. When we say that, people lose their mind on the internet. I like that word though. Moist is a good word. There's nothing wrong with the word moist. And people that get offended by it, like, I don't even understand.
I sent you the article why people get offended about that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. We read something about it. The connotations. People put a sexual connotation on it. But you got to understand, that's them putting the sexual connotation on it. The word moist just means damp, wet, like moisture on it. It could be a windowsill. It could be the carpet. Like, it could be your dog's fur because you went outside and it was misting. Like, come on. Like,
would you describe a dog's fur as moist though? I would say
no, but I
damp.
would describe a cake. A cake is moist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or like a turkey.
Or turkey or meat. Yeah. But see, they put this connotation on it and then they want to blame you because that's what they think whenever they hear the word. I would like to remind you, people, those are your thoughts. Like, I have no superpowers. I did not put those thoughts in your head. You did. Those are your thoughts. You own them. I have no control over it. Like, let me just remind you. Contrary to what people say, I have no superpowers that way. None. Okay? Yeah.
I keep trying to think of an example to use moist in where I'm like, and how can you make that sexual? And you can with every example I've thought of. So
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Moist does not come from moldy, does it?
Does it? I don't know.
Wait, mold grows in a moist environment, damp environment.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I do have a raccoon update, everyone.
Yeah.
They were here last night and they were going crazy. Like, so much so that I thought people were actually in my backyard, like trying to get in my house. But it was just the raccoons.
It was just the raccoon?
Yeah, or many of them.
Oh.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I am. No, I don't. I was just like, I'm confused. It was the raccoon or it wasn't the raccoon?
No, it was. A lot of them banging around in a trash can.
In your yard? Again? They're back? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were. It doesn't matter. Never mind. Move on.
No? What do you mean? They're there? No,
It was a raccoon party.
They're having a party in the backyard. Did they invite you? I think if they made a lot of noise, that was like your invitation.
No, they frightened me. What they did.
Didn't. Oh, so you didn't go join them?
No.
They're just not getting it right, these raccoons, are they? They're being really rude, trying to bust into your house uninvited. Then they have a party and they try to invite you, but they make do.
No, I think they were trying to intimidate me.
You're being harassed by them now?
Yeah.
Wow.
You should have seen them out there.
Wow.
No, I have checked it, Mark. They can't get into the house.
She did a good job. She slammed the door on the little one. He threw a fit. He turned all the raccoons against her, actually. And some of the small other creatures out there, apparently. It's been an ongoing thing. But I'm sorry they terrorized you. I guess I would be too if I heard a big loud noise like that all of a sudden, like right near close to my house.
You know what it sounded like? Like they were trying to bring. I don't know if you guys have giant trash cans, but that's what they provide us in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded like they were picking up the trash can, carrying it up to my deck, and like bashing it on my house. And at first I thought, oh, there's just raccoons in the trash can. And then I was like, there's clearly people in the trash. You know, when you hear noises, I'm like, that's people. Like there's people out there. So then I had to go out and look. But it was just the little raccoons. I think they laughed. They're like, look at her. Look, we frightened her.
No,
I know. You know what? I don't even put food in my trash can, like food scraps or anything, Mark. I freeze it.
And then, like, you freeze it before you put it in the garbage? Like, nothing goes in it? Like, you just...
I just, like, my trash goes out Monday night. So Monday.
And then you put it in, Monday, right? And then, so that it doesn't, it doesn't get, like, smelly and they don't try to find out what it is. Because freezing it, that eliminates a lot of the smell that they're attracted to, right?
Yes. Well, and I don't have that much, so.
I don't anymore either. But I know like they're really attracted to, like, if you trim meat or
exactly
vegetable peels, fruit, things like that. The squirrels in our area are really attracted to commercial bread, like, and can't imagine why. It is not grown in the wild. Why are they why
Sugar,
did they
maybe?
want it? I don't know, but it's crazy to me. Like, that just shows you that people are feeding things the wrong thing. Like, I wouldn't feed a squirrel. Like, if you want to feed the animals, you put nuts and seeds and all that other stuff out there. You don't feed them Wonder Bread. Like, what's wrong with people?
Well, one Wonder Bread's disgusting. Second of all,
I shouldn't really talk. I have an aunt who like fed them like Skippy peanut butter sandwiches.
Well, I mean, we used to, if you make like pancakes and you have leftover pancakes, we'd always throw those in the yard. Because squirrels will come eat them. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like we put 20 of them out there and throw one out.
I missed the super sticker. Thank you, Secular Sakai. Thank you so much for I'm going to put this towards the computer. And yours too, Godless. And Shill said, I don't know about anyone else, but in my opinion, there's a lot of twat waffles on social media. Shill, yes, there is. I think we would have to agree with you. And I do see that some of you said that you got nominations for people for the Cody Awards. Like, come on, like, you know how to reach me in my DMs. You do, like, you all do. So, like, definitely hit me up, Good
night, Violet.
Good night, Violet. Thank you for stopping by. Get some sleep.
It does start with 1, Liam.
2 a.m. in the morning. My gosh, like have a good one. Good luck with your meeting. Yeah.
You said 2 a.m. in the morning. Shockingly, at the beginning of the stream, you're like, "Hey, everybody, I took the 2 a.m. slot on Christmas."
I did. Yeah, and it's like, Violet, I hear you. Like, but yeah, I'm glad you had fun, and thanks for coming by. We hope to see you again. Have a good one. Yeah. Rude raccoons busted the moves, just want me to join the party. I do think so, Cat Ninja. I think that, although they did it the wrong way and they scared her, I think they just wanted to get Bee in on the party. and they were trying to get
Well, they
back
just
in.
startled me because it was so loud. I wasn't scared enough that I wouldn't go out there and look what was making the noise, you know? But it was like, I mean, eventually you have to be like, I need to investigate this. So.
Well, there you go. Sean wants to know if the little cute one, your boyfriend, wanted to go come in the door again. Did he try?
He didn't. I haven't seen him since. Sean, he was so sad when I slammed that door in his face.
he got over it. He told everybody about it and made you a big neighborhood problem.
Gave me a bad name in the neighborhood.
He talked
He's like, there's a bitch lives there. Go get her.
Damn little trash panda was out there talking trash about you, too.
He was. Well, if he hadn't just walked up and started touching my legs, maybe we could have worked on a relationship.
Yeah, there was the whole thing there. He was quite intimidating, wasn't he? He was like rude. He was pushy.
He was pushy.
He doesn't take no for an answer.
Yeah, and then when I walked away, he followed me.
True.
Came up on the deck.
Mm-hmm. And you went into the house, and he was like, he was going too. And you were like, no, you're not. No, you're not. No. Sean says you broke his heart. Like, it deserved to be broke. He didn't know no for an answer.
JuJu, I just read my name. Mousy sends me those raccoon emojis sometimes where it looks like he's about to cry. And I'm like, that's what his face looked like.
They torture you still with raccoon pictures and stuff, like crying. Yes. Oh my God. I feel for you, Ju. You're going to be famous as the raccoon heartbreaker. Here we go. Yeah. Oh my.
Well, somebody had to be, I guess. Did you really pet a possum? You know, possums are more. Possums like don't care if you're there or not. But the possums surrounded me one night too.
Yeah, they scared me. Like they're hanging in the trees, looking, and their eyes glow in the dark, and they have the naked faces. Right here, we have the naked face possum. Like they're all hairy except for their faces all naked, and it looks kind of humanish in the trees. It's a little weird.
I love the possums; they're my favorite.
They are very low key. They don't really cause a lot of trouble here at all. There's lots of them around.
And they're immune to snake venom.
Are they?
Yep.
That's a talent, you know.
They are. You want possums in your yard because they're cleaning it up. They're out there. They're working hard. They're getting rid of the vermin. They're getting rid of the ticks and everything you don't want. Possums are doing good. And they don't care about you.
I don't know. I just want to know if when you pet the possum, Charlie, did it purr like the cats do? Like, I don't know. Like I could see myself, like I can imagine myself sitting out in the yard. It's dark, and I think I'm petting the neighborhood cat that came up, and it's a freaking possum.
Well, I had a black cat that got outside one night, and I went outside and grabbed a black cat and came back in and set him down, and I was like, "That is not my cat."
Yeah,
and that cat never left. I was like, "Shoot." Also, where is my cat?
Oh, Charlie said it just stood there. It didn't purr, but it did come back the next night. It likes your way to your pet there, Charlie. Like
it didn't even play dead.
No.
I mean, what a phenomenal defense mechanism, isn't it? They just freaking lay there like they're dead.
No, I can imagine. I mean, I've sat in the backyard and had all kinds of strange things like come up, or things that I think are strange, like they don't come close enough. Like you see stuff like scurrying around the outer edge of the yard, and you're like, "What's going on? What am I going to get attacked?" Here we go. But my thing is, I had a dog. I had a huge German Shepherd decide that it was going to come and like live in my house. It like came in the backyard. The gate was open, and then it looked around, and then it came right up to the back door, and it sat there and waited to be let in. I'm like, listen, pup, you don't live here, right? It's like, did not care. It was like, you look like nice. I need to be adopted. Like, bring me in. I'm running away from home. Well, it had an owner. Like, I called the police to come get it. Like, do.
Call the police for that?
Well, yeah, because the people will report that the dog is missing, and then they put a report with the pound to make sure the dog doesn't get listed in the pound, because people will usually call the pound to see if their dog got picked up, and he had a license on him, and so the police can contact the licensing bureau to find out who owns the dog, and they can tell them to come get the dog. Yeah.
Wait a sec. If my animal goes missing, then I should call the police?
Well, no, you should you should look for your dog and then call the dog catching unit.
I don't look at all. I don't even go outside and yell for him.
Like if you have a pound, like the dog catchers take your animal to a pound, you should list it with them that my dog is missing. He has an owner. If somebody brings him in or reports it, this is my dog. This is what he looks like. This is his name, his license number, the breed. But
there's like a lost and found website. I thought you list them because I found a dog in my backyard one time.
Did you list him on the lost and found? We have that too. You can list it on the internet.
Well, I took him up to the vet to see if he had a chip. It was a she, actually. She did not. And then they said list her on this website. And I listed her, and the next day, well, her owners didn't call, but her owner's sister did. Because her owner was getting married and was on his honeymoon. And the people who came over to take care of the dog let the dog outside, and the dog just ran.
Yeah, well, how did they prove they own the dog? Like, here's the thing with me. Like, the reason that we go to where the licensing and all is, because, like, where I live, you have to have a license on your dog. Like, even if your dog doesn't go out or anything like that, you have to license all your animal, your dog. So I want them to go through the licensing, because those people can prove they own the dog. Because in our area, people will go to those websites for the lost and found dogs and get all the dogs, and they use them for fighting and stuff. Like, we got a big issue with that here.
Well, one, I could tell she was cared for it because she had been like groomed and everything, had a nice little haircut. Two, I was at work. So the woman who called me told me the dog's name. I came home, said the dog's name, and the dog was like, "You figured out my name. You're amazing." And then when the woman was driving up the street, the dog got really excited, like when she could hear the car. So I could tell just by her reaction to the woman. I mean, yeah, okay, that was like me just guessing, but come on. I feel confident that dog made it to a good home.
Good.
Plus, I talked to the lady for a while, and she told me the whole story.
She told you the whole story?
Yeah,
like how the dog got out and everything. She knew, like, you could definitely be confident that she was the owner. Yeah. I just get nervous about it because of this area,
Well, it was like a schnauzer or something. It was like not a. I mean, not. I guess you could fight it, but I am.
I don't know.
I mean, don't they license your pet when you get on their rabies shot?
Yes. Because, like, we have free rabies clinic. If you have paid for your license every year, you can get a free rabies shot every 2 years for your dog here. Because you need the rabies shot to get the license. So it's like kind of a catch-22. You pay for a license every year. It's like maybe $12. And then they actually have a clinic that does the free rabies shot for you because you need the rabies shot to get the license. It kind of pays for it. Because the rabies shot's more at the vet than the $12 anyway. And then
I don't know. I've always had a cat, and I don't like collars on cats.
No, some people insist on like cats wearing bells and all and stuff like that. I don't. I think that's ridiculous. They put a bell on a cat. Like I understand for the birds and all, but the actual selection is a thing. Like,
well, birds are supposed. I mean, yeah, cats are.
Birds can fly away.
Yeah, pay attention, birds. Like. Just put the whole luggage tag on their collar. Bye, Teresa. Have a good night.
Good night, Teresa. Thank you for the laughs.
Keep your bells. Cat ninja.
Yeah, exactly, Cat. I hear you. Like, I don't know. My cats really didn't like collars. Like they really did everything they could to take them off. Like
See, I had a cat that got the collar like up into his mouth, but it was
yes,
still behind his head, and he like passed out. He
yeah,
couldn't.
because he couldn't breathe right, and he was like hyperventilating through his mouth. The vet won't like. I had one like that. It was terrible, and the vet said, "Just don't bother. He's gonna keep doing it. Don't put a collar on him anymore.
Yeah,
Like, it's really dangerous." Yeah.
yeah, that's why I don't put him on. I
No,
mean, I guess if you have an outdoor cat, you collar him, of course, but even that feels dangerous to me. I don't know.
oh, this is a good question. All right, here's a discussion. All right, we're gonna learn about each other, Juju. You ready? Do you feel proud or ashamed of your cats when they bring a dead bird to you? Hmm.
Um, well, okay. My cat always, if a mouse got in my house, he found it. And he brought a lot of them to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I appreciated it. But also he would bring it all right, focus. I'm thinking about he would bring it to me like one when I was sleeping, or two, like he would catch it. You know how they play with their prey.
Right.
So he would be like, "This is amazing. Let's share this as a family. Let's go."
Mm-hmm.
And then he would bring it in. But I think I like screamed too many times and was like, "No deal, sir. I don't want that in the room with me."
Yeah.
So then he just left it for me after he murdered it. And I appreciate that he left it. There were particular locations where I knew it was for me, because some of them he did hide and keep for himself, because I had to
Sure.
locate them later.
Oh, you see, now I've only got a few instances of it. I wouldn't say I was proud, Brad, of the dead bird, but I wasn't too grossed out about it because, well, like I've seen the cat in the backyard chasing birds like all the time, and the birds usually fly away because like we had a bird feeder and the birds would be on the ground eating it. There'd be a whole flock of them, and the cat would just love to like bolt out and just jump, and scare them, and they would all fly away. So I wasn't really like too surprised when one day he did bring one to the back door, and I did give him good grace because he didn't bring it in the house. Like if he brought the bird into the house, I'd have an issue because like I do believe that wild birds have a lot of the bird lice and stuff, and like it just kind of creeps me out. So I've got nothing against birds as pets and things like that. It's just not for me. And him didn't bring it in the house, so I was happy about that. Now that was the big cat, okay. But I have this little house cat who was very fond of catching bugs, bees, flies, crickets, okay, all
Yeah.
right, and leaving them on my nightstand in the morning. She would spit them out dead, and there would be a dead bug on my nightstand like almost every day.
But that's nice.
No. Then she started, I wasn't giving her enough attention. I would just swipe them into a tissue and throw them away. She didn't think I praised her enough. She started dropping them on me while I was sleeping.
Well, did you correct your behavior and begin to praise her more?
If you call picking up the cat and tossing her across the room correcting your behavior, then yes, I did. But
Well, because my cat
otherwise,
would
no.
like scream in the middle of the night till I got up and was like, "You're a very good boy." And I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever, good
Yeah.
job.
I was just like, no, come on. I appreciate the bee, but no, not in the bed. Don't put the bugs in the bed, damn it. Like, and then
See,
so,
I
yeah.
always got more offended by how long he took to murder something. I'd be like, now
I,
you're just
you know,
being
I never
cruel.
saw it. I never saw it, but cats do that. Like, they do play with mice. Like, we had like we live like where there's a lot of like a lot of woods and all, so we get little wood mice, the little tiny ones call me like when it gets cold, they try
Yeah,
to get in the
exactly.
house,
Or if it's
okay?
like rains
Yeah,
for 5 days, then
right.
they'll.
They try to get in the house, and the cats. I had 5 cats at one time. You think I'd never see a mouse, right? I should never see a mouse or anything. I had 5 cats. They would play with. There was one in my kitchen running around the kitchen floor, going underneath the stove, underneath the refrigerator. It would just poke its little head out and then run across the room. These 5 cats would just sit up there on the counters and only stare at it. right? I'm like, when are you going to get that goddamn mouse? And finally, I will walk in the kitchen. I'm very like, that's it. Y'all getting rehomed if that mouse is still in this house tomorrow.
Dude, I watched my cat step over a mouse to get to his food bowl.
Exactly, like, hi mouse, like, how
I'm
you
like,
doing?
"Sir."
Like I'm like, what? That's your job. Like, you got no job. It's the only thing you're supposed to do. This is what cats do. Like, there should not be a mouse in the house. Like, that's it. If I have to buy a mouse trap, you're all fired. And when I mean
Well,
fired, like, you're out of here. Like, you're out
Squid
of
was
here.
always very put out by the mice. I mean, he loved it because, whatever. That's fun stimulation.
Yeah.
He gets to murder. But he also was like mildly disgusted by it, I think. He would sit by, that's how I figured out how they were getting into the house. Because he would sit right by their entry point and then just wait. He was like, get in here. I dare you.
Yeah. I don't know if my cat was trying to feed me, Mark, but I really wasn't into what they were bringing. Like, it was like ugh.
I don't, you know what, Mark? My cat didn't eat the mice. Every once in a while he would, but he didn't eat them, but he would eat just their tails. So he would like eat the tail off and then he'd leave me the little body.
I'm telling you, Darth, if your cat's a killing machine, you could probably rent him out to train some of these other cats, because like my cats were just too not into it. Not like they would chase, like the one would chase birds out in the yard, and like the other one was into the bugs. But when it came to mice, they were really bad at it. Really bad.
I wonder what.
Wait, Brad says, what's it? I got to read these because it has the word psychology in it. Wait, they cover this group in psychology, and apparently it applies to cats. The more X in a room, the higher probability nothing happens, because Y is waiting for Z to take the action. I get that. It's because there was the 5 of them looking, and they were like, it's your turn, right? No, it's your turn. Like, who's going to do it? Like, I don't know. It's Joe's turn. Like, I could just see it. Their little heads were going back and forth.
Or you assume everybody else took action.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wanted to pounce first. Nobody wanted to be the one. Nobody wanted to take the responsibility. Like, I get it. Yep. Your cat is trying to teach your dog to kill mice? Yeah, I don't think dogs will do it, actually.
They will.
Well, you know what? When back to was it Mark or Brett? It was Mark's question about the whether I was grossed out or not. I was grossed out by something my dog did. Like, I have rescue dogs. One of them's passed, but the one that I still have, Murphy, he had been on his own on the street for a while before he got picked up and brought into the rescue group, and then he went from kennel to kennel for a while. And he has like certain issues, but certain things about feeding himself, he's very food oriented. He was really into. Well, we have a lot of squirrels and a lot of trees, okay? And there was a baby squirrel nest that we had a windstorm that fell out of the tree. And normally during wind and rainstorms, it's very common in our area for birds' nests and or squirrel nests to be damaged and all of the babies to die because of the rain, the wind. The weather will do it, like, alone. No animal did it. Okay, so this squirrel nest this baby squirrel nest fell out of the tree while my dog was in the backyard. The one dog, Riley, who is so gentle, brought me the baby squirrel in her mouth, so gentle, right? But the other one, Murphy, he crushed their little squirrel heads and swallowed them whole. I'm telling you, freaking
I don't want to laugh at that, but
he ate 6 of those babies. The other one saved one, brought it to me, but there was no saving it. Like, it was beyond. But that's the difference in my 2 dogs. One was like so gentle, it was like you could put a cracker in her mouth and she would just hold it there. The other one, like, he smelled chicken from a mile away, he'd jump on your ass and take it. Like, that's it.
Well, but he literally grew up on the streets.
He did, and he has an affinity. He really likes it. He has an affinity for donuts and Chinese food. Like, must have been like hanging out near a police station, like most of his like little puppy life. Yeah, if he smells donuts, he'd go crazy. Like, he knew the smell of donuts and Chinese food. Like, he goes nuts.
Yeah, Squid would eat out of a pan you were cooking in. Like, when he walked out of the room, he'd be up on top of the stove.
Yeah. But yeah, I did get grossed out because I could hear the crunch. And before I could even get to where the nest was, he had ate all of them except for the one that the other dog picked up. There was nothing
Well,
left.
that's probably a delicious treat for him.
Oh, he was so. Oh, he just sat there like he was so proud of himself. He sat there, right? He sat there like, and his tail was wagging like crazy, and he's looking at me like, "Did I do good, Mom? Did I do good, Mom?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna throw up. Like, I'm gonna throw up, but I can't throw up in front of the dog. He's gonna get crushed." So like, I just like, yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, I don't even want to smell your breath. Like, you're staying out here for a while." And so I had to like tell everybody, well, if you're out there cleaning up the mess from the dog and you see any little bones or fur, like, this is what happened. Like,
my neighbors had 2 big dogs, and
oh.
they were big hunters. So any animal that was in the yard, and every time the dogs would get let outside, like 20 animals would run underneath the fence and come into my yard. And it always like made me chuckle and please me. Like all the animals were like, no, they're out here again.
Yeah, Liam's dog is a good mouser, and Darth's dog's being taught to be a good mouser. I didn't know dogs could do mouse. Like, my dogs were never into it. Squirrels, yes, like they would chase them out of the yard, but never to be a good mouser. I don't know. Oh, Wrecker's back. All these cats are in the hood. Drilling. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Darth, it would be a kill team if your cat can train your dog. Like, they're gonna be like, there's gonna be no mice in your house whatsoever. You know.
Yeah, let them out in the yard and take care of business.
Charlie, I believe this. Little dogs can be crazy. My sister's Chihuahua would attack a T-Rex if you let them. Silly buggers. Yeah, they have no sense of like body. Like, they have no idea who they really are. They think they're like huge. Like,
yeah, but have you seen little cats like go after large animals? I mean, good on them. And they can get the big animals to run away. Like a house cat can tree a bear.
True. No. I could see that, Darth. Like, the dog would locate it. Dogs have great sense of smell. They could locate that mouse amongst anything, and then the cat just follows up with all the technique. Yeah.
The cats are patient. It's a delight to watch them hunt.
Okay, Brad and Wrecker are taking over the cornball in the chat again. Like, get up.
Cats have fast reflexes, faster than a snake's reflexes. I was just reading the other day.
Really? They do? I didn't know. I do know they have excellent reflexes, and they are, for me, they are quite including larger cats, like big cats. They are so elegant to me in the way they move. They have such
their
weight of body and strength. The strength in those bodies and the grace that goes along with it is just freaking. Go ahead.
Well, the way they walk is not the most efficient, but it, just for regular walking. But it is for hunting. So, yeah. I mean, they're the only other creature, I believe, that kills for sport other than humans.
I believe it, Charlie, the cat videos on that.
Yeah, Charlie, that's what I was watching. Cats dodging snakes or just hitting the snake out of the way. It's amazing. And snakes, I don't remember the number, how quickly they strike, but it's fast. And the cats are faster than the snake.
I think that would be a great short. You should put that up, Darth, of the cat and the dog working together to do the mousing. That would be great. And that's cool, Charlie, volunteering with the big cat place. I have a friend who just absolutely adores big cats, and she went on an African safari, JuJu. She actually saved up her money, and then she actually went alone on an African safari to see. And then there's a place in Florida that was a big animal rescue that had this big thing about lions there, that she got to actually hang out with the lion. She actually got to go into the lion cage, which I would absolutely be scared to death to do. Well, she actually,
I don't think you should.
Lion.
I don't think that's safe.
And she said she commiserated with the lion, and I'm like, I'm not commiserating with no big lion.
I fed a gorilla once, though. This one's off subject, on subject.
I'd be terrified of that too. Like, I want a wild animal to be wild, and I'm just like, I know that no matter what you do, whether you cage it, whether you try to domesticate it, whatever you do, it's still a wild animal. Like,
Yeah.
in like,
And
if
it's
I,
as smart as you are. So
right,
it could.
and if I do anything to piss it off, or I just smell just right, I'm toast. Like,
No, but the gorilla looked at me because he could tell I was scared. And he looked at me and nodded. Well,
oh
I mean, gorillas you don't make direct eye contact with. That's a threat.
no, because they'll smack you. I heard like they would not.
Well, they'll do more than that. But he got it, like figured out. God bless him.
Now, was he like nodding to so yeah, you should be afraid. Like, yeah, you should be afraid of him.
No, he was, because I was feeding him new potatoes, little tiny potatoes. So he was like biting them out of my hand with a giant gorilla mouth. And that is terrifying. Like, they're huge. I mean, you know it when you're at the zoo and you're like, you have the glass in between you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put your hand up to her face, and I mean, they're just muscle. And so I was like, obviously terrified. I'm sure he could smell like all that pheromones shooting out of me. But he looked at me and like nodded his head, and then he tipped his head back so I could drop the potatoes into his mouth so he didn't have to bite them out of my hand.
Wow.
It was actually an amazing experience.
You know what? And most things with a wild animal like that are like just something you always remember. Like, I have a fond memory. It wasn't with a like big gorilla or a cat. Well, I went to the aquarium. I went to the aquarium and bonded with a beluga whale. That if you put your finger on the glass, and he came right up and it was looking at me, and it kept going sideways so it could put its eye right to the glass, like to look like right at me. I felt like it was looking right into my soul, and I moved and it came with me. Like, I walked down the aquarium and this beluga was following me everywhere he went. Then I walked back the other way and it came back, and I would like put my hand on the glass and it would touch it with its nose, you know. And
they're aware.
Yeah, and then one of the the people that walk around like the aquarium, the workers, whatever, she had one of the vests on for that the aquarium people were wearing, and she came up, she said, "Oh, that one is one in one of the live shows, so be careful where you sit." And they said, "What?" She said, "They bond with people. Like, it will be trying to splash the hell out of you. Like, it's going to try to get to you. Like,
a whale flirted with you."
Yeah, a whale was flirting with me. So like when we went to the
get
whale
this
show,
lady wet.
yeah,
A wink,
so
wink.
of course everybody who was with me decided that because the whale had bonded with me, we were sitting right up front. Like, yeah. And they give you like the plastic to put over yourself.
Yeah, but those people, why would they choose that? Because they're gonna get wet too.
Yeah, true. They were, because they were being silly, because they wanted. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it. Because as soon as I said no, you know how friends are. They're all like, oh yes, we are. Like, oh yes, we are. I
mean, that is cool. I don't know. A whale followed Liam's boat. I've puked on a whale. Cool. I got seasick and just vomited all over him.
Yep, that's like really cute. Yeah, there we go. Well, it's funny how these topics go from one to the other, like right into each other. And already, look at the time. It's been like an hour and a half already.
I know. What an odd discussion.
And we're doing so well talking about nothing. Like nothing that turns into something.
But mostly nothing.
It is.
Yeah. No, wild animals should not be pets.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get real crazy.
I'm like, there is like, I remember my daughter brought home a bunny from school. The lawn service was cutting the lawn and went over a nest of baby bunnies, and all of the kids went and grabbed one and brought them home, which is the worst thing. Like, because once you touch the bunnies, the moms will not go near them. We
Well, baby
really,
bunnies leave their moms like pretty early
yeah, well,
on.
these were really, really little. Like they needed to be fed and everything. In all of the bunnies died except for ours. My daughter called it Spaldo, Cerebus first, and then we named it Spaldo after the tennis ball because he used to like to ball himself up. But it's definitely a wild rabbit. But all the other bunnies died because they like took them to the vet and the vet said give them cat's milk. Like first they took them to the pet store and the pet store guy told them to feed them cat's milk and I was like, don't do that. Don't feed them baby cat's milk, whatever. Like there was this brand that they had for feeding baby kittens and stuff like that, and they were like, feed them that. I'm like, no, don't do that. Then they were like putting like produce from the supermarket in there for them to eat and stuff, and the babies weren't eating it. And all we did for ours is put a flat dish of water, like seriously flat, no lip, little bit every day. And whatever was growing fresh in the yard, like clover, whatever was
Clover,
popping
yeah.
up, my daughter would go out there 3 times a day and pick sprouts and put it in there. And that's what that rabbit ate. And it was probably the smartest thing because our rabbit lived 7 years. My daughter had that rabbit for 7 years. Now, we did try to domesticate it by holding it, and there is a little terrible story about that. But this is what I say about like wild animals: if they don't want to be touched, don't touch them. The vet, we did take it to the vet, and the vet said, the chances of it living are small, but you've been doing the right thing. But rabbits are lonely creatures, and they need to be socialized. You're going to have to pay attention to it. Like they don't like to be alone, which was true. It would like look for our voices. We had to talk to it, but it didn't really want to be touched. Anytime you went to pet it, like a little bit, like even slowly in the tank that we had it in, it would back away and turn into a ball, and that's why we ended up calling it Spaldo. But we were trying to socialize it. He recommended us putting it in a towel and then just holding it, and we did that a couple of times. But I got to tell you, this rabbit tried to get away so bad that I was like holding it, and it got away so bad. Like it got so terrified and ran away that when it ran away, I was holding a piece of its pelt in my hand. It ripped its own skin off to get away from me. Now rabbits have that loose skin, like it's a defense mechanism for animals like that go to bite them, that they will get a chunk of the skin and the rabbit still runs away because they've got this loose layer and like their pelt is loose that way. And I literally had a piece of its skin in my hand. The rabbit was so horrified at how I smell and so scared that it just like de-skinned itself. Like it was terrible. So we
Well, I
decided
mean,
we
isn't
decided
that just
not to do it
programmed in
anymore.
into them?
It just could not stand the way we smelled, like the way it was terrified. It's just instinct. And so we decided never to pick it up again. We got it a cage. We would let it out at night and it would come and jump in front of the TV and play games with us. We just didn't touch it. And you would end up like if you fell asleep on the couch, right? That rabbit would be sitting on your chest. Okay. But if you went to touch it, it would run away. But it was very social. We had a great life with it. It was really cool, but we couldn't touch it. You just could not touch it. You just don't. It wasn't one of those cuddly domesticated rabbits. But
Well, the rabbit had its boundaries and it
Mhm.
set them.
And that's where I learned about like, rabbits liking electrical wires and stuff like that. Because not only would it entertain us, it would look to demolish everything in the house that it could. Like you're
Yep.
sitting there reading a book and it would chew the light. It would chew the wire to the light that was lighting on your book. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, listen, Spaldo, what? I'm not paying enough attention to you. Like, you could come up here and sit with me. Like, he would sit on the couch, on the opposite end of the couch, and stare at me while I read. Like, he was social and not social at the same time. Like, he wanted to be around you, but he never let you think you smelt good. He always just gave you the idea that you were the stinkiest thing on the planet. Like,
Well, that's kind of like cats, though, too. They're like, I want to hang out, but don't touch me.
But don't touch me, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're compulsive chewers. Like we had to watch him. Like, I remember I went on vacation. My daughter and her friend were like watching the house because they were old enough like to be alone. And I came home. They had lost the rabbit for the whole weekend. Like they let the rabbit out and they couldn't find the rabbit. We came back. The stereo didn't work. The TV didn't work. The cable didn't work. Like the lights in the
I would
living
have been
room. The
furious.
bed. Yes, I was like, no, the girls, they learned how to rewire lamps. Let me tell you that. They learned how to fix things. Like, because we weren't having that. Like, I don't want to hear you lost a rabbit. Like that's it. You were supposed to be watching the house. Now you're going to learn how to fix the house. They were rewiring lamps. Those two girls, yes, they were. Yeah. Mhm. Well, thankfully, my brothers and my ex, they know how to do stuff with electronics. They just had to put new cords on everything. But the girls learned how to do that too. Yeah, that was
Good.
it.
That's a good skill.
Yeah.
Rabbit said he just might come back. His skin healed nicely.
It did. The skin did heal, but we just decided it wasn't worth traumatizing him. Here we are trying to help him. Like
Well,
and
but
what
he
the
doesn't
last
see it
thing we
that
want to
way.
do, right? So the last thing we want
Rabbits
to
in
do,
chat or the rabbits she had.
no, we don't want to keep traumatizing him. You know what I mean? It wasn't worth it to socialize him. If he found socialization
But he was
his own way,
socialized.
right? He did. We found other ways
He
to
just
do
didn't
it.
want to snuggle the way humans do.
Exactly. We found ways for him to be social. We made sure that he heard noise. Sometimes we would put the radio on in the room for him. If my daughter was in school all day, she would turn a radio station, a talk only radio station,
Do
in the
you
room
know,
for him. Yeah.
I always wonder if the animals ever get annoyed. Like if you left something on like that for me, I would get annoyed.
Well, you know what? Can I tell you how we figured that out? He liked talk radio. My daughter first tried putting music on for him, and she would come back in, and he'd be in a ball in the corner trying to ignore it.
Oh no.
So that meant he didn't like it. But if you put talk radio on, he was out about doing his business, chewing on his wood, doing his little bunny stuff, like all of that. So it didn't bother him. He liked the voices. So that's how we figured that out. But he hated modern pop music. I really don't blame him. My daughter listens to
Yeah, I mean, there's certain music. If you made me listen to it all day,
I
I
mean,
too
come
would
on.
curl up
My
into a
daughter
ball.
my daughter was playing Hanson for the rabbit. Like, do you blame her? Do you blame her?
The rabbit's like, no.
She's lucky that rabbit didn't jump out of the cage. Like, unfortunately, the other baby rabbits that died over stupid stuff. Like, people put them in a box and then put the box on a table and wondered why the rabbit like jumped out and like hit the ground and killed itself, like the little baby rabbit, because it was scared. Like they did stupid stuff. Like people just weren't really, they were all high school kids. Like I was just like, people should not just if you run over a warren of rabbits, just leave them there, please. They got a better chance of surviving if you just let them be. Really,
Well,
seriously.
I just always wonder because people are like, I turn the TV on for my dog or my cat. I'm like,
Mhm.
I bet that irritates your cat.
I've seen dogs watch TV. My dogs watch TV, like they used to. But then sometimes it annoys them, you can tell. Well, what about those cat videos? Like they actually have shows now for the animals. Like, have you
I
seen that?
have seen those. I don't know. My cats never watched TV.
Have you
They did
did
not
you
care.
ever put the live fish tank show up there for them?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they just walked by it. They. I mean, I don't have a TV on all day in my house though either.
You know how you know they don't like it? Like my piss ass cat. Like cats are assholes. My cat would sit in front of that TV with his back to it and look at me like, "You're next." Like, wait till you go to sleep tonight, bitch. Like, wait. Wait till you're sleeping tonight. Have I got a surprise for you? You could just see the look on the cat's face. Like she's like, you're gonna pay for this one. I'm like, oh, shit. You could tell if the cats don't like it. You really can. Cats don't hide their feelings at all.
I know. I appreciate it.
Yeah. They yeah. Yeah. I call cats assholes, but I loved my cats. But there's no doubt about it. Cats can be complete assholes. You're like, whatever you don't like, you get something nice and fancy, put it on your dresser, and like, and that cat will be sitting there pushing it to the edge just to watch your heart stop. Like while it like gets to the close to the edge, close to the edge. I had a cat just keep pushing it, pushing it. I'm like, don't you dare, don't you dare.
I used to have a cat that knocked over every beverage ever.
Uh-huh.
And it was worst. It was so irritating because you could never you couldn't pour like a travel mug of coffee in the morning and then like run back to grab something on your way to work. Like that cat would have your beverage, your coffee would be
Mhm.
spilled everywhere. And you could hear it from the other room. And she would wait too for you to leave the room and then just
Exactly. I'm just like, oh. I can't read this. Okay. They do have a I agree with you, Brad. They have a twisted sense of humor. They're also, and their personality with the cat, dogs have personality. Absolutely. Every pet has its own individual personality. But the five cats they couldn't be more different. Like they could not be more different. And I thought there would be more similarities between because there were five of them, but damn, no. They were all just so damn different. Yep, I agree. They're each be assholes in their own rights. They have their own things. They definitely do. Well, Cat Ninja says it's better than a cat that drinks all the beverages there, Juju. That would be worse. I do have a cat
No.
that loved to stick its face in my coffee to see if it was good. Every morning, I have a hot, steamy cup of coffee. I'm sitting at the table. First of all, I really didn't like cats on the table, but this cat would jump
No, I
up on
hate
the
cats on the
table.
table.
They can go everywhere else. Like, you can't really keep a cat off of anything. Like, you can get a water bottle and you can try. You can
No,
try
but
to.
I mean, you can train it to not be on there when you're in the same room. That's what I did.
Exactly, because they don't want to get wet. That's what happens because of the water. Like I did that with the spray bottle thing. Like, nope, not here. Nope, not here. And they don't like to get wet. So like when I'm around, they wouldn't be on the counters. But you know damn well when I'm not home, they are cleaning. They are laid out on those kitchen counters cleaning their asses. You know they are.
Oh, for sure. But that's what I'm like. Just don't do it when I'm aware you're up
Exactly.
there. Like anywhere I prepare food,
yeah,
keep your
exactly.
cat butt away from it.
Exactly.
But I keep disinfectant on my counter, which I think about often.
I would wipe the counters before I did anything in the kitchen every time because I know
me too. And I've stopped doing that because I don't have a pet, and I'm like, if I ever get a pet again,
you're gonna have to do it again. Like because you could walk in like if you caught them, they'd be like laid out on their backs on the dining room table, rolling around, putting hair on the cloth and stuff. Like, yeah, they are. Like they're just having a good old time. Oh, she don't want me here? Here.
I know. Mine had this like freeze response he would do where he's like, she won't notice me. Like,
yeah. You ever have one jump from on the top of the refrigerator onto your head when you open the door? Like I had one that loved to surprise me like that. Thankfully, she didn't have any claws. Like I adopted her from an older couple that declawed her because they were worried about the birds. I think declawing is cruel. I mean, this little cat
is cruel. Most people won't do it.
You know what? Because they are like floppy. She had floppy paws, like because they literally just cut them off at the knuckle. It's very, it's a traumatic surgery. Anyway, so she didn't have any, so it really didn't hurt me when she did it. But she would have to straddle my head, like holding on with all four, because she didn't have claws or anything. And she would just wait up there and try to hide behind something. And then I'd open up the freezer or the door, and then she would like pounce on my head. And I swear, cats laugh. Cats laugh. Yes, they do. She made this little,
and they get embarrassed.
She made this little noise, but every time she did it, I know that's cat laughing. She would just thought it was so funny. I was like, God damn it! I would always like get startled, But she thought it was funny. I couldn't break her of it, A couple of times I dodged and she hit the floor. But cats, she landed on all fours. She was fine.
Yeah, they're real good at physics.
Yeah. She would just like look at you like I meant to do that. Like she just looked behind her after she walking away. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. She saunters out of the room. Like nothing to see here. Like, everything's just fine.
I know. Did not just occur.
They were so amusing. Like I miss my cats. I really do miss my cats. I'm down to one dog. I lost the other one a couple of months back. This one's older, and I'm at the stage now that I'm trying to decide if I can actually do it again because it's like a little piece of me leaves with them, all of them. My shepherd I had for 2 years, the one that lived with the 5 cats, it took me 2 years before I could get another dog after the shepherd, and after the cats left one by one. I could not replace them. I just couldn't do it. But I think if I do get another pet, it would be a cat, preferably than a dog. And that's just based on lifestyle now, based on, having a dog, the exercise that it needs and the walking and all. I think I'm a little beyond having to force myself to do that in bad weather and all, and I just I don't want a little dog. Like I've always had big dogs, So
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't decided if I'll ever get a pet again either. I
yeah.
mean, I loved having a pet, but also it's darn nice not having one.
It is the responsibility and also like the heartache, I'm wondering how much of my heart I have left to break, honestly, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that is an
Hmm. But they do bring you so much joy. I
yeah,
mean,
and
how
but
do
a
you
lot
not
of fur too.
how do you not smile at a kitten? You know what I mean? And
Oh,
and
no,
and
I would
mhm.
do a lot of perking. I mean, I would just be like,
Yeah, I did, Mark. Like my daughter's long gone. Like, yeah. Yes. Actually, I had the most pets when my daughter was in the house. Like we had all kinds of animals. And I figure if I'm meant to have another one,
oh,
I will acquire it just like I did everything else. Something will happen where it will be put in my path. The other five cats, every single one of them, except for the one that my ex and my daughter bought for me. I think I told you guys the story of the Russian
mm-hmm.
blue who claimed me. But even that is a claiming story. Like it just
No, I
appeared in
think
my life.
cats choose you.
Yeah. And the rest were strays or I helped to adopt because someone needed it to have a home and I just was like, sure. Or they just showed up on my porch one day like Buddy, the little tiny coon who just came up and put his head in my hand and just never left. And
See, you're nicer than me. You show up on my porch. I'm like, get out of here.
yeah, but that was a raccoon, not a cat. Like,
No, when the cats come around too, I'm like, I'm not feeding you or doing anything.
yeah, because you're enjoying the solitude right now of not having the responsibility of the pet.
Well, also because if you're an outdoor cat, I'm pretty sure 8 houses are feeding you. You're
Exactly.
fine. You've got
Yeah.
plenty.
Yeah. You're like, I'm onto your grift. Get out of here.
Exactly. Come up here and give me those eyes.
But if
Won't
it was
work.
a certain type of cat that approached you a certain way, like Buddy
Like a
did
baby
with me,
kitten, and he climbed
Buddy
up into
did
my arms and said,
right,
"Hold me like a baby."
exactly.
Okay, maybe
Because
I would cave and be
I,
like, "I'll love
I
you forever."
I know you would because like Buddy didn't approach me like he needed anything. He was well cleaned, long haired, crying his eyes out like somebody threw him out of a car or something. Like he couldn't find his home. And he was
Aw.
obviously somebody's pet. But I think because it was like summer, what happened is people brought him for vacation and he got left and they just were separated. And although I tried to find his owner, we never did. And he was just so lovable. And he just came and adopted us. We were sitting on the porch and he just came up and put his head in my hand and he didn't want to leave. Now I didn't take him right in. It was like 3 or 4 days before I brought him in. I did put food out that he could find it, if he really needed it. Like I didn't put it right out on the stoop, like I put it over in the corner of the porch, like he would have to really look for it. But he obviously needed it because he never left the porch. He
That's like
slept
a
on the
lie
porch.
you tell yourself. I mean, he had to work for the food, guys. I didn't just
He
hand it
did.
to him.
He had to go to the whole other end of the porch where I wasn't. Like, where the other doors were and everything. And like I would put it out at night when he didn't see me because he was only around in the daytime, like in the
Oh,
morning and
he
stuff.
smelled you. He was
Yeah.
there. He knew what was happening.
Well, I'm telling you, once I put that food out, you're right. He never left the porch. He slept on the chairs.
Yeah,
He
why
ate.
would you? Claire,
He
if you came to my house every day and left food on my dining room table,
Why would you leave?
yeah. I'd be like, all right, I
I
live
would
here
leave for work and he would greet me. I would come home. He would greet me. Like, so I finally, after like a week, he got let in. Yes, he did. I'm like, all
now.
right, but you better be potty trained, man. You better use that litter box or you're
He's
out
like,
of here.
oh, I'm potty trained.
Mm.
Thank you, rabbits. People call me cruel for it, but I'm like,
You
all
know,
these animals, these raccoons and stuff there's a whole circle of life out there. Let them do their job.
oh,
Stop
exactly.
feeding
I don't
everyone.
recommend bringing the raccoon in the house at all. Like, there's a reason you don't bring wild animals
Well,
into the
even the
house.
cats. I'm like, most of the cats have a home. You can usually tell if a cat's a stray, They're a little rougher looking. I'm not judging them.
Mm-hmm.
But just let them be.
I'll tell you what the deciding factor is. I mean, I did like getting greeted like when I came and went to the house. Is he was really working it. He really was. But when I saw him on the back of the wicker couch in this really like awkward position, laying on the up to the windowsill with the other cat there, laying on the other side of it,
Oh
and they
no,
were like
he was looking in
snuggled
the
together.
window.
No, they were snuggled together, sleeping. he went into this really awkward position. Like, you know how wicker isn't that
Oh,
wide on the back? You know how wicker furniture is like kind of
yeah.
narrow. He straddled his body long ways and fell asleep against the window because the window was open and there was a screen, right? And the other cat was laying on the other side, all stretched out, and their bodies were touching except for the screen, and they were sleeping together. And I was just like, they've made friends. Now I'm going to be a big bitch if I don't bring them in, you know.
Okay,
And it
that
was just
would all
that
right.
melted
That
my
would get
heart.
me too. I'd be
I
like,
was like,
all right,
now he's working
moving
on me.
in.
Now he already has everybody on the inside on his side. Like there's no
But
like
see, he works that too. He's
he
like,
did.
listen, cat.
Yeah, he worked to be part of the clan. He made himself family. He did it. I mean, he did the work.
He,
Yeah.
I think we all have like signs outside our house that we can't see, but the animals can. And they're like,
Mhm.
sucker lives here. Like,
Mm. The they're all like, oh, it's like using the raccoons for target practice. No, no.
why? Raccoons are a menace.
They
Also,
are
don't
a
kill 'em.
menace, but squirrels too. Well, people eat squirrels. I don't know why. I would eat a
People eat raccoon.
raccoon. Has a lot more meat on it. Like the little chubby wubbies. Don't they have more meat on them
And you
than the
can make a
squirrel?
hat out of their fur.
They do. They do. The raccoon fur. Yes, you can. Like, yeah. I don't mind if anybody made target practice out of the squirrels in my yard. Believe me. I they are a pest that I cannot abide. They're just nasty. What they do to your garden and your house, like,
They do garden it. I don't
not
mean to laugh, but it always looks like a crime scene after the squirrels come through.
they do. Like, don't try to
Especially
set
because
up a
they
new
can like
flower pot or a row of petunias or something like that. They will go out there and just pull them out and just leave them there. Like, oh, that's nice. You wanted to make the yard pretty? Oh well. And it just pull them out and just leave them there for the roots to die in the sun. You little
I
bastard.
know
Yeah,
it's like a dick move, but it does make
yeah.
me laugh.
I did
And
with
I hate how they like ruin all of the fruit.
they
Like they'll
do.
take one bite and throw it down. You're like,
And
just
throw
eat
it
the
down.
whole berry.
Or leave it there for you to pick, and then it's not good. Like they would pick a tomato off, take one bite, and leave it on the outside of my raised garden, right there on the stone for me to see when I got home. I'm like, you little prick. And then you could hear them chattering in the trees too. Don't tell me they're not laughing. Shit, they're laughing at you. Yes, they are. They're up there going, "Tit, tit, 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 tit." They're just calling you names and all kinds of stuff. They mm, they're the best reason to have a BB gun in your
Yeah.
mm. I'll admit to putting some BB gun buckshot in their little asses repeatedly.
Yeah. Well, we had BB guns like propped by the back of, or
Mhm,
like pellet guns, or hang on, I'll get there, everyone.
mhm.
By the back, every door in our house. So then when you could see them out there in the yard, pick
I
'em
remember
off.
I remember one day my neighbor standing out there staring at me with their mouths open because I got so mad. I turned the hose on full blast and I aimed it up at the tree where their nest was. I blew those little suckers right out of the tree. I was like, that's it. Go laugh at somebody else, you little fuckers. Like I was just so pissed. And my neighbor was out there working here, y'all. She just stood there with her hands on her hip, her mouth open. She's like, I can't believe you. That's like, I'm just so sick of that squirrel. I really am. Yeah. And he
Well,
thought
snails too, once they get in your house, any of those critters, if they get in your house, they're tearing it up.
Mhm,
If they get into your attic.
true. No, that's bad. Raccoons, like, um, we always have to check the attic for stuff like that because the winters are a little harder here, and they look for places to be warm. And they are in our trees and stuff. I've had problems where like a dead bloated raccoon will fall out of the tree like after a storm. Like it might have died of natural causes or whatever in the tree, but like after the storm and everything, it would be like this big carcass there.
You
Not
just
very
leave it there.
pleasant. No, no, you go to dispose of it proper. No, I'm not into the. Let's just watch the worms come. Nope, not my thing. Nope, I don't want to smell it. I don't want to see it. Like, but do I do it myself? No, I have brothers, cousins, and neighbors for like this is a useful thing for all of them.
See, when I was little, my dad would always make me move the dead animals or like empty the mouse traps. And I thought it was cruel. And he'd be like, one day you'll appreciate this because there might not be someone there to move the dead animal. And darn it if he's right. And I'm like, I have to move a lot. You don't realize how often you have to move dead animals in your life, but it is
True.
more often than you
It
think.
is more often, and they would make me decide: do you want it buried in the yard, or you want me to trash bag it? I'm like, decisions. Like, I do have like a couple. Like my Russian blue, when she passed, I didn't want her cremated. I did bury her under one of her favorite plants. I have a butterfly bush, and it was like the natural ones, and it was white and it smells really pretty. And what I did is that we buried a very deep hole, and we planted a new one right over it, and that's her bush, her tree, and we
See, it's
just left.
better for the earth,
Yeah,
though, too.
yeah, but like some
Dissolve
of
back
them,
into it.
my dogs did get cremated. I have their ashes and stuff like that, but my cats, I always like, some of them were and some of them weren't. But that's the big decision with the wild animals. They always make me decide like how they're going to dispose of it. And I'm getting called out by rabbits about the winter thing. Well, I'm a Jersey beach girl, okay? I live on the shore. So any winter, and I'm telling you, when it winters here, when it does decide to winter, I have had winter storms where you cannot open the door from the snow. The drifts were over the roof on my porch, and the whole front of my house was snowed in. Like, we had to climb out the second floor window to clear stuff off. Like, we do know, I mean, that's not a regular occurrence. It was when we get what they call northeasterns, and when that hit cold enough to that all that moisture turned into snow, we were in big trouble. Like the whole East Coast just like froze over for like weeks. But I would say it's not a regular occurrence. You're right. I shouldn't really complain. I'm sure in Canada it's much worse, in other places. But for me, being like, I only like spring and fall, like the rest of the seasons can
No.
just F off as far as I'm concerned. It was traumatic. Like, I don't like winter. I don't.
Yeah, but you're talking about moving to Canada for our commune.
Yeah, but the commune will make it worth it because listen, in the commune, I'm going to have good food, good friends, and my boo. Like, I ain't going to be worried about being cold or the weather. Not much. Not much at all. Hey,
There you go.
last thing on my mind is going to be the damn weather. Okay? Just saying. Okay,
Nice.
I got plenty to look forward to, okay?
I think great progress has been made on the planning of the commune.
I think so too. And like, I'm looking forward to it. And even if the weather's bad, what's so bad about sitting in my own cabin in front of a fire with a book and my boo? Like, what's so bad about that? Winter would not be so bad.
I mean, that's my favorite thing to do in winter.
Mm-hmm. I want to play footsies.
I believe you, rabbits. I fully believe you. He said he's going to show us how to get ready for winter.
That's right. He does sound like he's got a lot of great outdoor experience. I look forward to it. We need people like that because, like, I'm a city girl. Yeah. I told you, I'm going to be like all like, yes, let's live off the grid. Can I have a bidet and internet? I'm there.
Listen.
They're like, that's not off the grid, Claire. I said, I know, but that's bear style off the grid. Okay, give me a bidet.
I don't think a bidet is unreasonable.
No, it's necessary.
It is necessary. Once you go bidet, do not go back.
That's it. That's right. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. We can recycle the water. We will make it work. Like, we will make it work. We're going to go pseudo off the grid. Like, we're going to do it the way we want off the grid, not totally off the grid. Whatever we can self-serve. Like, we're going to have solar panels and try to get all the electricity with generators and all and be good to the environment. But we're going to have internet and we're going to have a bidet, or I can't do it. I just can't. I'm spoiled. I admit
That's not spoiled.
I have requirements. We're over 2 hours. We broke the cardinal rule. But can I say it now? I'm really proud of us. We did it.
Because we didn't talk about food?
We did not talk about food.
Good job to us, everyone.
Yeah, high five. Yeah.
We talked about cats and dogs eating stuff, though.
Yeah, we talked about eating other animals, but not food. We didn't talk recipes or good food or any. Even when we brought up the commune, we didn't really go there. It got tough, though. I started sweating when the commune came
Then
up.
you're like, let's talk about how clean our butts are. That'll cover it.
You're so on to me and my crafty little techniques for getting off subjects, like you know me so well. Look at Claire, bring it up ass so we don't talk about food. What a way to end it. Like, okay, great. Okay, so on that, I think that's our nothing for the week, you know. So there you go. I don't have another stream to drop for you all, but I do have the playlist for What the F, because we are still gathering what you guys think the best topics of 2023 were for our 2024 opening show that we're all going to put together. I have been getting some great ones. It is for 2023, I think you go from episode 25 all the way to 43, the last one. Anything from there that you like or you thought was good, just hit us up. I know it
for
sounds
which one? What the fuckery?
Yeah, mayhem? For What the F. No, it's What the F. Like, I'm not doing a mayhem in the year. I'm gonna just start the year with mayhem probably instead of end the year with mayhem.
I like that.
Yeah,
you're like, I'd like to set the precedent right now.
Yeah, I will. I'll schedule it in January. Like, it's just we got a lot going on for the end of the year right now that I have to finish up. Well, I do hope that everybody will join us Tuesday. I will say that. I got a bit of a lovely surprise, and I think you're all going to love it. So I'm going to be on a lot this week. You're going to be sick of me this week, actually. Like JuJu at the end of the week is going to go, God damn it, Claire. Like, could I go one day without a notification? One day, Claire. One day. Just one day. Maybe that day will be Friday, JuJu. Just saying.
Really?
Maybe. Yeah.
What a week. I'm excited.
Yeah, they're not big things, but they're a little bit here, a little bit there. Just enough to annoy the hell out of you, you know?
The little things are the big things.
The little things. You know what? That's a good way to look at it. I really like it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up, or we'll be here.
We are going to wrap it up. Okay, everybody. I'm putting that outro on. Thank you so much, all of you, for having so much fun in the chat, for being yourselves, for letting loose, being good to each other, being corny as hell, tolerating math jokes. JuJu and I just doing absolutely nothing. And we love to do it. Yes. Well, we'll be here again next week, Missy.
Where are the likes, Mike Caesar?
Yes,
Mark Caesar. That's a good question.
That's a good thing. Get on them, Mark. All you guys, I hate to talk about the YouTube things. Just go do them. Just do them. Damn it. Just make a bear happy. Go stroke a bear. Do the YouTube things. Like, just do them. Make bear and be happy. Go do that stuff. Yep. All right. We are. Wait a minute. Where am I going? We are so out of here now. Like,
bye, Dart.
Yeah. Bye, Dart. Bye, everybody. Wrecker, if you're off, I'm jumping off now. Okay. I'll see you all. Have a good one, everybody.
Good night.